nowhere near my campsite. In the queue, in the Quartzsite. Still here. Still trying to sell my truck. Although the good news is I might have found a buyer. So let's all cross my fingers I can sell the truck soon. Go ahead and say hello if you're in the chat. This is Quartzsite, and I came here because I wanted to show you guys this cool thing How crazy is that? So as we all know, I have been trying to sell my truck now for what is a hot minute. What's up, Dave? And I might have found a buyer for my pickup. So, cross your fingers. Got the tires squared away, methinks. What's up, Choppa? How's it going out there on the East Coast? I'm still out here in Quartzsite, still trying to sell my truck, and I know that I haven't uploaded a video, and I apologize, but it has honestly been a kind of emotionally taxing week, and I haven't had the motivation to film like I usually do, to bust out my camera and start filming what I've been doing. So I apologize for having not uploaded a new video. In fact, I had a lot of filming done, and I was going through the filming, and I hated it, so I just deleted all my footage that I had, and I'm gonna start over. So yeah, I apologize. It's just been, like I said, an emotionally taxing week on me, and I haven't been filming as much as I usually do, so my apologies. What's up, Jim? What's up, Gypsy? Hey, Crystal. Good to see y'all here from Daytona Beach. Hey, we got a few Florida folks in here, actually. I'm assuming you guys can hear me all right. I got the microphone plugged in, the furry little microphone on top, so I'm hoping that you guys can hear me and see me okay. As always, the signal in Quartzsite's hit and miss. I do my best, and so it might be in and out. We'll working with what we got. Zag's sitting here next to me in her seat. What's up, Alvis? And hopefully I won't be in Quartzsite for much longer. As a lot of you know, I am anchored here until I sell my pickup, and my pickup it's just been one thing after another trying to sell this thing. Originally I took it to LA to sell it because I figured, hey, there's a lot more buyers in LA and it'll sell faster. And so I got there, and it had a bunch of New Mexico mud in it. Like a pretty thick layer of New Mexico mud, inside, outside, whole 9 yards. It was a muddy truck. So I spent $500 to have it detailed. And they called me and they were like, hey, your truck's ready for pickup and she looks good. And I'm like, cool, thanks. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And during that 10-minute drive, another customer from a shop next door backed into my door and put a big dent in it. So instead of selling my truck, I was dealing with insurance to replace the door, which they eventually did. And then I put it back on the market in Los Angeles, and I lingered there trying to sell it for a month, 2 months. I think it was about 2 months. And I got like 2 people interested in the truck. One wanted to give me like pennies for it, and the other was just like, hey, is this still available? And that was it. That was all I got from him. I was like, yes, it's available. The end of that conversation. So I moved along, had to stop working on my truck, obviously, to go get Spider. My whole life got put on hold to go do that. And then afterwards, came to Quartzsite to sell the truck, and blew a tire. I had a stick go through the sidewall of the tire, and thankfully my moderator, Dave Lowe, plugged the sidewall of the tire, and it has held air. But now I might have a buyer for the pickup. We're all crossing our fingers. I'll probably find out within the next few days if they're gonna do it. And then I won't be anchored to Quartzsite anymore. Then I'll be able to show you guys a little more of how I travel in my van. So let's see. catch up on comments. Oh, there aren't any, and there aren't very many likes. 19 people in here, and there's 6 likes. So, what's up? You don't like me? Why don't you like me? Ah, 7. Cool. Somebody likes me. Thanks for the likes. I like the likes. I like the comments. It all helps the YouTube algorithm put this in front of more people. So like I said, I haven't actually. That was me. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. As I said, I haven't been filming as much as I usually do. It's been a very taxing week emotionally. Some personal stuff was going on, and it's just, I should stop being surprised when people act like people, but I am. Every time I find out, something new about a friend that's terrible, or a friend behaves, I don't know, I should just stop being surprised when humans act like humans. What are you eating for breakfast, Alvis? I have not had breakfast, but I have had coffee, and now I'm ready to break into my little vape pen here. Which is good, because I actually just smoked my last joint a little bit ago. And thankfully the dispensary here has joints. They're buy one, get one free for like $7. It's nothing. 2 grams for $7, but it does test kind of low. They're like 9% joints, 9% THC, which is pretty low if you ask me. But maybe that's why you get 2 of them for nothing. You're eating a burrito for breakfast. I hope it's a breakfast burrito. We had the same breakfast, coffee and weed. What's up, Vlad? What up? How's everyone doing? Some weeks are just shit. Hopefully the next one will be better. Yeah, I sure hope so. I think it will be. I was on Cornelius Live and accidentally called them her, and she freaked on me. Yeah, Cornelius is, last I heard, non-binary or prefers he. And I have a lot of friends that are, transitioning in one way or another, or they just prefer to not be known as any sort of gender, so they prefer they, them. And I mean, personally, it really came down, like, I'm gonna just explain this with my logic, okay? I will, full disclosure, will come out and say I am a recovering Republican. And so I know a lens that a lot of people look through with the trans thing, but it came down for me that I don't have to understand it. I really don't. I don't have to understand it, but all it really takes for me to use somebody's preferred pronouns is a little bit of empathy and a little bit of compassion. And I think that I have both of those. And I don't have to understand it in order to have those things. But it takes nothing else from me except a little bit of compassion and, a little bit of practice, because it is confusing. And there are people out there who are patient and like to educate and are, just correct you, simple correction or whatever. And then there are those that will get very upset and correct you in a way that makes you not want to respect their pronouns. But regardless of any of that, for me, it really just came down to the fact that I don't have to understand it, because I do have compassion, and it doesn't take anything from me. So I apologize for it. We're good though. Yeah, some people do get very upset, when somebody doesn't use their preferred pronoun. I imagine it's because a lot of people do it just simply out of wanting to disrespect them, and then other people do it out of ignorance, like you literally didn't know or didn't remember, or you're not in practice. But I have to just say this: I am a cis straight white male. Like, to some trans people, I'm literally the devil. But I'm also an ally. I think that it's really just it took a little bit of education for me. Like, I don't understand it. However, it is archaic to have a 2-binary system, and I know that I'm gonna catch a lot of slack for this, but bear with me while I try to educate you a little bit, because education's important. Education is what sets people aside from those who just want to remain ignorant and those who want to understand. There is sexuality, and that's what you're attracted to, right? Like, And it doesn't have to be a gender thing or a biological sex thing, but sexuality could be like, oh, personally, I like women with legs. I'm a leg guy. I like legs. I can't help that. I didn't pick that. It just happened in the development of my brain. I like legs. Legs are sexy. And some people, it's shoulders or hands or the collarbone or whatever it is. The neck, I've heard all people are attracted to all sorts of parts of people. And so that's sexuality. And then there's sex, which is biological, right? Like your biological sex and how your body operates and the hormones that are released based on the chromosomes that you have. And then there's gender, and gender and sex are often confused for each other, or they're intertwined, or they're put into one category, but they aren't. They're two categories. Gender is a cultural construct. Many cultures throughout history have had multiple genders. The natives called them two spirits. The Hawaiians had multiple genders. A lot of cultures throughout Africa and Asia had multiple genders. But our culture in America is an Abrahamic religion culture where we have Adam and Eve, and that's like the main influence of our culture is the Abrahamic religions where they all started with Adam and Eve. So it's really difficult for people to not understand that sex and gender are completely different things. One's a cultural construct, and our culture has created two. And so when you hear about people with multiple genders, or you hear about more than two genders, I'm sorry, it's confusing to you because your culture didn't have that. And it's unreasonable to expect sometimes for people of that culture to just understand it right away. And it's also unreasonable for people with the binary system culture to not respect the culture of people with multiple genders or more than two genders. So there's my spiel. A little bit of education. Gender and sex are different. Sex is biological. Gender is cultural. You're welcome to Google it. I digress. Sorry, I rant sometimes, but there's my rant. Let me catch up on comments because I'm sure there's a lot. I just got some E85 hybrid at 20. That's cool. Gas sucks. I hate buying gas. Hey, from Virginia. As a trans dude, I find you to be a safe human for sure. It's really all about empathy. Hey, I appreciate that you find me to be safe because I feel like everybody should feel safe. You know, like I don't know if we have the literal right to be safe or feel safe because the world's a dangerous place and there are terrible people out there. Um, but around me, I would like the people around me to feel safe. That's important to me. So I'll I'll just say, hey, what's up? I can't keep up with the him her thing, they them thing. It is difficult. I get it. Um, Not that I don't respect it. It's just I can't keep up as a human. I mess up a lot. It's okay. I think it's okay to mess up as long as your intention isn't to be hurtful. You know, it is. It was difficult for me. It's taken a lot of practice, and I still screw up, and it's not personal. Because a lot of people, like, we have that culture, and we were raised that way for so long that somebody that looks this way is a male, and somebody that looks this way is a female. But I think that, I mean, you can all agree that the expectations we have on men and the expectations we have on women culturally are different based on the culture that you're in, right? And even within America, we have several cultures, and outside of America, there's lots of cultures, and the expectations that we have on the people who are men and women, masculine, feminine. Um, I've known a lot of men, quote unquote men, to be very feminine, and I've known a lot of women to be masculine, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with those masculine people to prefer to be known as he or him, and vice versa. And the people who don't feel like they fit into America's idea of gender roles or like what we expect from men and women, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, I just don't want to be either. But I understand it's difficult, and I know it takes a lot of practice. So I'm not gonna go into. I don't want to like spend the whole hour like talking about trans issues, but just know that that's how I feel about it. I understand it's difficult for some people. As long as your intention isn't to be hurtful, I think that you're in the clear for making mistakes. You do you, let me do me. I just want people to be happy. Do the multigenders have to respect the two gender cultures? I think that or is it just one way? I think that yeah, I think everyone should just respect each other. I don't care if you want to be they them. I don't care if you don't. think those things are real, you can still have some empathy and compassion. Um, I think that respect should go both ways. It's yeah, that's how I feel about it. Zigzag, what's cracking? What's up, fart sack Jack? How you doing? What's up? I noticed your comment right before I went live. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. It's scary they doing this to children. I don't know. I'm not gonna really go into that too much, um, but I will say that children are allowed to explore who they are, and sometimes they explore that part of who they are. And maybe down the road, if they're encouraged to do it, and there's empathy, they'll find out maybe that's for them or maybe it's not. But when you tell kids they can't do it, shouldn't do it, you're bad for doing it, they're gonna rebel. And all you gotta do is love your kids, man. If it doesn't matter what their gender they want to try out this week or what clothes they want to put on. Just love your kids. That's really simple one to me. That's so simple. Like Mama said, if you don't have nothing to say, don't say anything. I get it, but I can't be they if there is only one of me. Not true. So let's say, I know that one was confusing for me. I will be honest, they is usually plural, right? It's not always. And you've used it in a way that wasn't plural and you just didn't know it. If you were to find somebody's phone in a shopping cart at Walmart, you don't know if the person who owns that phone is a boy or a girl or non-binary. You don't know anything about them. But you do know their phone belongs to them. And when you get a hold of them, they will come get their phone. That's all singular. It's all singular and it's all appropriate. So they, them isn't always plural. That's just a myth. And you've used it in a way that wasn't plural and just didn't register it. But when you find their phone in a shopping cart, I'm sure that they are going to want their phone back. And once you give it back to them, they will be very happy to have their phone back. See? It's really easy. It's not that difficult. So, how about them Cubs? Thanks, dude. I don't watch baseball, though. Although, I do like playing baseball. When I was a kid, I played quite a bit of baseball. Watching baseball is like... Watching baseball is like watching paint dry. You just schooled me, not even gonna lie. You know what? Sorry, I schooled you, because once upon a time, somebody schooled me. Like, straight up schooled me. And I was just like, wow, that makes perfect fucking sense. So I hope you took that away from it at the very least. Parents know their children better than anyone. Leave people alone, let them live their lives. All they do is monitor their children until they're older and make their own minds in this day to come. Yeah, I think that kids is an easy one. Just respect the kids and love them. I don't care about sports. Yeah, I don't really care about sports either. I don't really follow it. I think that sports, I would like football a lot more if they gave them swords. I mean, just let them run after the ball and like just hack the shit out of each other. Like running with swords. We couldn't run with scissors when we were kids, but it'd be cool to watch a stadium full of people running with swords. I will admit, that would be dope. Right? Like swords or lances, I don't care. Like, make it fun. What's up, Ryan Stoner? Good to see you. T-Second Jawea. Good to see you. Hey, what up, Ketone? Hey, Zig, when you come to visit, can you help my granddaughter with her math? 100% yes. Of course I will. I actually do really enjoy tutoring math, so that would be absolutely easy. I would absolutely pay to see football with swords. Yes, I'd watch that shit too. And I would probably watch more football if it wasn't for all the fucking fans. Like, the fans make it just so not fun. I also don't really care for just how big it is. Like, it's just... Fun fact, until recently, did you know that the NFL was a non-profit organization? They didn't pay taxes? That's changed recently, but, yeah, dude. The NFL was a non-profit. I think that if I was to watch football, it would be college football, because those kids, most of them aren't going to the NFL. They're not, they would like to, but most of them aren't going to, and they're like, I just want college education, and they're playing for college education. They're playing for something that's going to better their lives. And they play with so much more heart, like in college ball and professional. It's like, man, I made it. Bench me. I'll collect my 12 million. They don't care. I've just always felt like once they've made it to the NFL, they got no reason to play like they played in college anymore. Hello, folks. What up, critter? I don't know how many times I almost got in fights because people wouldn't shut the fuck up. Just running their mouth. Yeah, I've been there. Fart sack Jack. I've been there. All sports ball sucks. Yeah. I haven't actually found a sport where I'm like, oh, I can't wait to watch this. Can't wait to watch this. Oh, golf's the worst, dude. It's like watching baseball for me. Honestly, like watching golf. Where there's like 2 seconds of excitement and then a lot of just standing around and waiting for the next 2 seconds of excitement. Tennis is pretty bad, yeah. I would watch the shit out of those professional ping pong table tennis. Like, I would watch the shit out of that because those guys, that's impressive. But I'm not going to follow it. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is the score that guy got 2 years ago when he was a rookie. Like, I don't. No, that's not me. Yeah, Forrest Gump stuff. That was cool. Like, I've tried to get good at ping pong, and I don't think I'm ever going to pull that shit off. You can see Quartzsite from where I'm camped at. Let me show you. If you look, there's the gas station right there. Right there. Love the way your gas station right there. $3.47 a gallon for unleaded, $4.29 for diesel, and then right over there on the other side of that car, right above that car, is Quartzsite proper. Thriving little metropolis. Yeah, it's a thriving metropolis in the winter. In the summer, it's a ghost town out here because it is literally 120 degrees here, just like Slab City. It's very hot here. I don't mind watching Georgia Bulldogs football. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Yeah, that Bruce Lee using the fucking nunchucks to play ping pong, that was dope. That was actually really impressive. Like, I wish I was that good at something, but I guess that's what a lifetime of training does for you. You going back to the slabs? Yeah, probably. Spider's gonna have more court dates, and yeah, I'll be going back. But I think that over the course of the last couple years, I've been talking about this, and I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna just start distancing myself from the slabs. I don't think I'll be going back as often, staying the whole seasons anymore. I'll be swinging through and visiting because I got to visit my friends there. But I don't think I'll be staying in the winters anymore. A lot of the reasons I was going there, the place has just changed so much, and not all for the better. Some of it for the good, not all of it for the good. And it's a big world out there. I think that over the last year or so, I've had just the wind taken out of my sails regarding Slab City. People that I cared about and liked turned out you know, they're not good people, and I just don't know how much more of that I have in me, to be honest with you. So, yeah, you're right, Chopper. Most of the good people left, and they're the good people that are still there are leaving all the time. A lot of the bad people are leaving too, thankfully, because they shouldn't be there. But the good people are leaving too. You know, good, get on with your life. You got talent, don't go back. I'll be going back. I've got friends in Slabs. I've got very, very close friends of mine in Slabs, and I will have to testify if regarding the spider case, if it comes to that, if it comes to a trial, I'll have to be there to testify. So I can't escape that vortex just yet, but I'm definitely not going to be like living in Slabs. So lots of drug addicts now. I guess, I mean, there's drug addicts everywhere. I don't think that's the problem with at least not in my lens. Like the people that are out there just doing drugs and keeping to themselves or whatever, they don't really bug me too much. Um, I I don't know. They're not hurting no one. The thieves out there are a problem, but at the camp I stay at, we don't have much of a thievery problem. They respect our camp. They leave us alone, so that's not a problem that I've had to deal with very much. You know, a little bit here and there. I mean, I steal people's lighters all the time. I'm a pro at that shit. Um, you know, and you might have like a small bag of weed walk off, or like a pack of smokes that was half full disappear, and you don't know if it was an accident because everyone's got the same bag, same smokes, or if it was intentional. That stuff, you know, in a crowded place and whatever, it happens. But that's not really the issue I'm having with Slabs. The issues I'm having with Slabs is more personal, more where you know, like Spider, you respect somebody, and um, they turn out to be someone that you just can't respect anymore. You know, and that's happened more times than it should have in the last couple of years, and it's just taken the wind out of my sails. So I just want, you know, for those of you who've been following me a long time, you guys know this about me, but I want three things from my life. I want my life to be simple, enriching, and peaceful. And Slabs has taken some of that from me. Slabs has been enriching. I think it has been enriching for my life, but it hasn't remained simple, and it hasn't remained peaceful all the time. And those things have to be important to me. So, too bad street justice didn't get him. Yeah, you know, he ran because it would have if he had stayed, and he knew that. So he bounced, and yeah, I just had to go hunt his ass down, you know, and make him face justice. I don't know if street justice would have helped his victim very much. I've definitely thought about it quite a bit. I think his victim deserves to know that the justice system will work for them. Um, so maybe street justice wouldn't have been the best thing for his victim. It would have made us all feel better, but I don't know if that would have helped his victim very much. I don't know. Maybe it would have. Who knows? But I do know that he's where he belongs, and he's not going anywhere. I've watched his videos on the soup kitchen. Yeah, Waterboy seems semi-clean. Waterboy is an interesting character for sure. I think that deep down he isn't a bad person. I think that Waterboy's a good dude. Morally, him and I have different morals, and not all of them different, but some of them different enough that I don't think Waterboy and I will ever be very close. But I respect the man. I respect what he's trying to do. I respect where his morals and mine do come together. And, you know, I do respect Waterboy very much. I don't think him and I will ever be friends. I don't think we'll ever be very close. I don't think, you know, that we're ever gonna, you know, we're not gonna be homies or whatever, but I think that I do respect him. You know, I do have, he's earned my respect. Because he's, you know, he ain't the sheriff. No, he's not the sheriff, but I think that him and I see eye to eye on a few things that are important morally, and then we don't see eye to eye on some other things that are that morally that, you know, are also important. But that's all I'll say about him. You know, he's doing the soup kitchen. He's trying to feed the community. Those are all good things. And he was able to protect the family, Spider's victims, in a way that I couldn't because my morals are different. So, you know, it be what it be. But yeah, he's an all right dude. Go check out his channel if you haven't. Uh, what is it? The back of a quad, Slab City, back of a quad, something like that is his channel. I love to say most people are good. My experience, that's not true, which is a shame. That's why I have a very small circle of friends. Yeah, I was. I'd like to believe that most people are inherently good, and I don't know why. For the last couple of years, a lot of people I've known turned out to not be inherently good, and it just fucks with my worldview a little bit, And like I thought that I was a decent judge of character, and apparently I'm pretty aloof when it comes to my judgment of people. So yeah, it does fuck with my worldview a lot. That's I think that's part of what I've been struggling on for the last week or so is just being very disappointed in people and in friends and yeah, it does messes with my trust. I've had some serious trust violations in the last couple weeks from multiple people, not just one, but a few people, and it's taken a lot of, like I said, that's why I haven't been filming. I had some videos planned. I actually had some videos filmed, and as I was editing them and watching them, it was almost like a Britney moment, but instead of shaving my head, I just deleted all the footage that I had taken already, and I haven't really had the motivation to film again yet. Um, so, where is Zag? I'll show you. She right here. Hi, good girl. Hi, good girl. They says, I trust you. I trust you. You're not gonna hurt me, huh? Yes, I do. I love you. You're not letting me down. There she is. She looks big on video, but she's actually quite small. Oh, good girl. She got her little jean jacket on, which, I mean, it's a little bit warm right now, but but it's a little bit warm right now, but not too warm for her coat. And when the sun does go down, it gets chilly out here in the desert. So I've had some similar experiences, not exactly the same by any means, but it has left me quite distrustful of people. I know now not to trust people right away. It happened to me on his deathbed. My friend of years confessed to me it hurts. I still ain't happy. Yeah, that's rough, because then you can't confront them. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, no, you shouldn't trust people right away. But what happens when they do earn your trust? And you find out they're fucking skeletons in their closet? That part sucks. Love the name, Zig and Zag. Yep, that's us. Huh, she's my teammate. She's my road dog. Yeah, Zag was born in Slab City, but, she doesn't stay there. She's got more miles under her belt than a lot of people I know. She's done nothing but traveling her whole life. So, puff, puff, pass. That's what's up. And speaking of puff, puff, pass, I just smoked my last joint. So if anybody wants to sponsor one, the dispensary up the road has them for $7. And if I get a $7 donation, my links are in the description. I will drive us all down there. You'll come with me, and we'll hang out and burn one together. But in the meantime, if that doesn't happen, that's okay, because I got my vape pen, and that should keep me going for the next few days. Oh, Crystal, you're like the most amazing fucking woman I know. Both you and Jim. You guys are awesome. The Arizona market for cannabis right now isn't great. Their cannabis doesn't test very high, but it is cheap. It is affordable. Do you do spliffs ever? Me likey those. Yeah, when I smoke with Europeans. I don't know. I'll do spliffs when I have really crappy tobacco and I'm rolling my own cigarettes. I'll do spliffs, just to make the tobacco taste better. Yeah. Got 35 folks in here. Wow, that's not a bad live stream. You guys want to go on a drive with me through Quartzsite? First of all, I'm going to let you know why they call this place Quartzsite. And it's not court as in like a basketball court or like where you're going to court. Court. It's quartz, like the rock, like the crystal. It's quartzite. And the reason being is just all over the ground, everywhere you look, is quartz, white quartz. Everywhere. I've seen fire pits made out of completely nothing but quartz. Hey, there it is. Oh, thanks. Damn. Thanks, Dan and Crystal. That was my cue, wasn't it? That was my cue to ride. Let's ride. Van fires up every time. Boom, fires up. Drives well. I'm gonna show y'all this drive. Let's do this. And some suspension work. It does have a little bit of a clunk in in the right front tire. So I just drive it easy. You guys are amazing. I love my followers. Literally the best followers a man can have. By the way, I'm driving on the dirt road because it's actually smoother than the pavement, much like Slabs is. Oh, and also, check it out, guys. I have an air conditioner. You guys see the air conditioner window? Yeah. I'll be up there this summer to come say hi to you guys. No, Quartzsite, actually, Eldon, is the name of the town. But yes, there's lots of camping. All over it. Right outside of town is tons and tons of camping. So, it is free to camp at most places, but there is RV parks in town. There is the long-term visitors area, which is dry camping like this, except there's bathrooms, there's garbages, and there's a dump station. If you have an RV, it's an RV dump station. And you pay a fee for the season, and it's available to you for 7 months. Or you can pay for it for every 2 weeks. Yep, van has the AC window. It's a 1984. My van's an 84. It's the same year as me, 1984. We share a birthday. So as you can see, there's RVs everywhere and those off-road vehicles, which are very common out here in Arizona because there's so much off-road to go explore. Quartzsite, quartz as in the rock, Quartz site, is a little town where the whole city turns into like a giant flea market, and there's a ton of nomading events down here because there's tons of space for them. And this is just right now I'm on one side of town, but if I was to drive out of town in any direction, you would just see an ocean of RVs and campers and vans and people camping in trucks. Hello from the Netherlands. I gotta visit you one day. Netherlands sounds like a lot of fun. I've heard they're all really nice there. Everyone's super happy. The Netherlands. And everyone speaks English? Is that true? Everyone speaks English in the Netherlands? Apologies for my window being so dirty. Are there swimming holes in Quartzsite? You know what? No. That's one of the things that Quartzsite really is lacking, is water. But if I was to drive about 15 minutes towards California, at the Arizona-California border is the Colorado River. And you can go swimming there, or go fishing, or whatever, but the Colorado's right there. What up, Shed Gang? The Dutch speak better English than the English do. That's funny. 38 footer. Hell yeah, you should start traveling in that thing. Do it. And my arm's getting a little tired holding my tripod up. Right now I'm just crossing over the I-10 with my air conditioning window open. I don't know if you guys can hear that, if it's too loud. Waiting tip. Let me show you the traffic. Well, that's me. See? RVs everywhere. Everywhere. RVs. Trailers. I bet you someone lives in that trailer. Even the cars are packed up all the way to the gills. There's a van. That's a cool van. 90s Dodge. And make sure that you guys are live. Sometimes lag will make you get behind or whatever. Make sure that you're live and that little red dot's all the way to the right. Otherwise the chat gets confusing. There's the Quartzsite sign right there. RVs for sale. Over here is literally some camels that people can go on a ride in. Right there. Let's see. Boom. Camels. Queue is not the same as it was 10 years ago. Yeah, I mean, it's gotten bigger and busier. I was here, I think, 9 years ago. Maybe 8. And it's definitely changed since then, but not as much as other places, I think. It's a slow change. See, just RVs everywhere, everywhere. This is if you have an RV and you want somewhere that's out of the bad weather or have a short winter, Quartzsite's a pretty good option. It's also got the cheapest RV park I ever found in my life. At the time, it was like $200 to stay at the RV park for a month, and they metered your power. I believe now it's like $350 to stay at that same RV park. But that's still really cheap. It's like some of the cheapest I've ever found in the country. RVs everywhere. Alright, I'm at a red light. I don't want to hold the camera up in the intersection. When I get there, I'll catch up on comments, and then I'll run into the dispensary. And then I'll take y'all somewhere to go smoke one. Vroom, vroom. It is a neat little town. Most of the people here are older retirees that just come down here because they don't want to be cold anymore. I would say that's probably about 80% of the population in Quartzsite in the winter. The younger generation will come here though, and there's lots of jobs to be had. There's seasonal work here, whether it be at restaurants or as a vendor or as working for a vendor or putting up tents. There is work out here to be had. But personally, I get pretty bored in Quartzsite after a few months, after a month really. It's really not a whole lot to do here unless you have money. There is free hikes. I mean, hiking you can go on anywhere. There's a lot of events, like van life events that are going on, including Van Aid, which is going on right now. And I'm thinking maybe I'll drive you guys through there. Maybe I'll start a whole new live stream after this one just to go to Van Aid, so I can have a specific video just for that. What's today? Why does the dispensary look closed? It does look closed. Uh-oh. Is it Sunday? Let's go find out. There's 2 dispensaries in town, so this one's the one I like. But if this one's closed, I'll go to the other one. Usually there's vehicles out front. What is today? Is today Sunday? It's not Sunday. No. What's today? Sunday! Shit! The dispensaries are closed on, or the dispensaries close on Sunday. See, you know, that's right there a really good example of how van life and being retired, I guess. I don't even know what day of the week it is most of the time. Alright, going to the other dispensary. Let's cross our fingers it's open. Vroom, vroom. Open daily from 8 to 8. Yeah, I wish they were open daily here. We wouldn't be having this problem. But you know what I do know? I do know where I can get some black market too. The free market. The other dispensary is right up the road here. And fun fact, there's even an RV park here called MAGA Park. MAGA RV Park. With a little cartoon caricature of Donald Trump on their sign. I might have already passed it, otherwise I would show it to you. It's a weird world. Oh God, I got like a pit in my stomach that this one's probably closed too, but I have an idea if it is. There it is. The green building, Zanzibar. Shit, it's closed too, isn't it? Sure is. Dang it. Closed dispensary, man. I haven't failed yet, but I will have to leave y'all in the van while I run into somewheres. Chugga, chugga, chugga. I also need to get, yeah, go ask hippies. Go ask hippies. I know where there's a hippie. I got this. I ain't done yet. Yeah, Sunday is a great day to smoke. Why are they closed? I don't know, because they need a day off too, I guess. Bummer, but I haven't quite failed yet. I just need to loop around, and I'll leave you guys in the capable hands and paws of Zag. Oh, no, let's not hit each other, bro. The oncoming traffic was turning into the turn lane as I was turning into the turn lane. So we had to ninja our way around each other. That's a bummer. Bummer. I think that should be illegal. That's dispensaries closed. What does it say? May May is cool. Yeah, I love May May. May May's amazing. She's just got really good energy, and she really does like passionately care about her friends. She's good people. A van like this. There's vans everywhere here. Ha! I see somebody's pulling into the dispensary. It's closed, buddy. Alright. Oh, there we go. Okay. This guy I'm about to go visit is a very long-winded person, so I will try to be as fast as possible. But he's gonna want to chat me up. But I am gonna leave you in Zag's capable hands. Check this out. Hang on, I'll show you. Stay put, pup. Stay.
your van, man.
Thanks, dude.
Any parts?
Hey, I just ran into a friend of mine while I was here.
What's up? Arizona Traveler here.
Arizona Traveler has his own YouTube as well. We met in Slabs years ago.
Show my booth.
And he's got a booth apparently.
That's my dolphin.
So you stay in the dirt. This is really common in Quartzsite, right? Like somebody can just throw up a booth and start selling their wares. He's got some petrified wood, some crystals for sale. I mean, the whole city turns into a flea market.
Check this piece. This is like a $5,000 rock. The whole rock turned to opal. The whole piece of wood turned to opal. Slice that down. And these are agate guys. I got some Native American artifacts.
So if you got
knives were made by somebody that makes these knives, and I get them. Look how sharp that is. Such a blade on that.
Yeah, you could shave a cat with that.
This one here, if you look in the sun, it has blood because it's mahogany obsidian, so it has the red in it. But it looks like there's blood right on the tip of the blade.
Is that your blood?
No, but it could be somebody's blood that's an asshole.
And so yeah, this is kind of what Quartzsite is all about. Bringing your wares,
like my military,
selling them.
That's my military trailer I just got the other day. I had to trade in my other trailer because it wasn't big enough. This actually has bigger suspension than my RV. This has.
Is this gonna be like a camping trailer? Is that what you're doing with it? Check this out.
All my rocks in this.
All his inventory gonna be pulled in the trailer. Did you have to pay to put a booth up here like this?
Yes, it was $250 a month.
Oh, did you hear that, guys? $250 a month to put a booth up and sell your shit.
And I do sell stuff online if you go to Arizona Traveler on YouTube.
Arizona Traveler on YouTube, guys. There's this shout out. There's this booth, and like check out this awesome piece of amethyst. Yo,
look how this has really deep purple, so it's like a graded AAA.
Yeah.
A lot of people sell it for $36 a pound. I will ship this if anybody wants to buy it.
Shit, I just couldn't bring myself. I could buy a car for that much.
Right.
But some people out there might want to have that beautiful piece of amethyst in their lobby of their lawyer's office.
$10.
$10 for a...
And it has a brand new light.
Is it a light?
Yeah.
Interesting. But that's brighter than shit.
750
watt light. Is this a heater?
Oh, it's a swamp cooler.
Oh, a swamp cooler. Oh yeah, okay, I see it now.
These are propane lines. I don't know if you need any kind of propane lines.
I got propane hoses actually. Some wonderful folks on there bought me my propane hose actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you stopping by, Zig.
Yeah, I'll swing by again.
Yeah.
Cool. Where?
Yeah, that dispensary, the one up there is open. Down the street.
The one in Blythe?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like 20 miles.
Yeah, so you have to head there.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, man.
Take care, dude.
Peace out, bro.
Yeah, that was cool. That is cool. How did Zach keep y'all entertained? I'm gonna go for a little drive, and we're gonna go park somewhere, guys, and I'm gonna smoke. Vroom vroom. Yeah, you score. You guys, when I put my mind to a mission, I always succeed. Just know this. Just know this. So now I'm gonna head somewhere and we're gonna hang out, catch up on all these comments because I know there's a lot. Yeah, boy. I'm going to show you the main event out here in Quartzsite, which is mostly over. But on the other side of this bridge is like a whole bunch of vendors, just like him, Arizona Traveler. What's up, Adam? Good to see you. Look at all those tents out there. This is where most of the vendors are. It's right over here. Excuse my dirty windshield. But we're in the desert, so it'd be like this. And it's almost like a fair atmosphere, right? Where there's just, you know, eateries and people selling food for way too expensive, and RVs, and there's a lot of vendors. And in here, in this area, most of the vendors have left at this point, or a lot of them have, but you can find some really, really good deals in here on some neat clothes or tools. It's not just rocks and shiny shit. There's RV stuff everywhere. Anything you could need for your RV, you could find here in Quartzsite. And maybe stuff that you didn't know you needed for your RV. There's a lot of food vendors in here, clothes, knives, jewelry. You can even find ammo and buy guns down here because it's Arizona and their gun laws are good laws. You can find parking if you're lucky. And then this is also a good spot to come to see all these cool vans, right, that people are living in, and buses. I think there's a schoolie right there. High top van, schoolie, dope van. Those are cool setups. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, this guy just about pulled out in front of me. Not sure, bro. And look, some open area to park in. So we can all hang out. Does it go back? Why am I going back? Important, come back. Oh, I gotta drive all the way back. There's Arizona Traveler, you guys. Is it important? Do I gotta go back? Can I wait till the end of the live stream? Oh, I forgot something. Did I? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did, didn't I? On my way. Zag popped out. Zag popped out, and then she didn't hop back in with me, which she usually does. She usually hops right back in when I get in. She was go checking out your house. That's what happened. I'm on my way. I left my dog. Yeah, that's important. Hey, got dog overboard. No, Zach hopped out, and then she's usually like right on my heels. So, God, I can't believe I did that on live stream. Shh, don't tell anyone. They'll think I'm a bad dog owner. Fuck. At least I left him with a friend. Left her with a friend. No, I wasn't actually looking at my comments, guys. I was driving. It's dangerous to like read comments and drive. That's funny. Don't judge me, you guys. Shit. See, this is what happens when I don't smoke. Dude, I'm right on the other side of the wash. I'm almost back. Yeah, I think I deserve all the I deserve everything that's about to happen. Zag's gonna be madder at me than any of you could be. It's more funny than you know. I've actually left my dog at a friend's house before, and I was only there for just like here, I was only there for like 10 minutes, got back in my van and drove away, and I get a text like, do you want your dog? And I'm like, holy shit. Because she's usually, like, honestly, she's usually right on my heels. When I'm hopping in the truck, or the van, she's like, hey, we're going, and hops in, but I guess she ran into his house. So she didn't see me leaving. 50 people on live stream saw me do that. Oh, I think that deserves a cigarette. I know Zag's gonna chew me out when I get there. She's gonna be all mad at me. Now I gotta buy her treats to apologize. Hey, so be sure to go over to Arizona's channel and hit subscribe because he's holding on to my fucking dog for me. Hey, check this car out that's about to drive past. Zing! You couldn't see it. It looked like an old Model T, maybe a Model A. It was an old car. Unbelievable. I'm so aloof sometimes. At least it wasn't Walmart or something. Whoa, that's me. You can put her down. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you mad at me? Are you happy to see me? It's all good, dude. It's all good.
I had to put dogs indoors, listen to that. Like, fuck. I was like, she come out. I was like, fuck.
All right.
All right, peace
I think that you guys. Let's hang on. How much for the dog, Arizona? 1 subscribe.
I got subscription. I got 1,500 subscribers. I just need watch hours to get monetized.
Oh, you guys, he's not monetized, and he needs watch hours.
Yeah.
So I think Rescuing Zag deserves to play his channel on repeat when you go to sleep.
Appreciate it.
And would you know how many watch hours you're at?
Like 2,000, but
Oh,
it was
you're
when
halfway.
I was in a car accident last year.
Yeah.
And you know, they go back 12 months. And I didn't do nothing for like 5 months.
Yeah.
So it's like hurting me right now.
So you have to maintain 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 365 days. So he's halfway there, guys. And he did get in a car accident not too long ago and was laid up.
Last year.
So lost his watch hours. So
Last year, I lost 5 months of watch hours. So right now, it's like I'm just maintaining what I have. It's not going up.
Yeah.
So, but
Just subscribe to Arizona Traveler. Thanks, guys.
all right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. Thanks for rescuing Zach.
Yeah, have a good one.
She's just staring at me, like judging me. She's not gonna embarrass me in front of everyone, but I don't think I'm getting cuddles tonight, that's for sure. I'm gonna have some serious treat making up to do, huh, Zag? Huh, you gotta get some treats out of this snafu. Now I know I got some funny comments to catch up on. I can't wait to read all the gruff you guys are giving me. The well-deserved gruff I'm gonna get for this. But that's okay. Zag's safe and sound. Right here with me, as she should be. Arizona looked out for her. He's a good dude. We met in Slabs a few years ago and kind of connected on the fact that he's also a veteran. And I knew that he had a channel, I just didn't know that he was like building it up, you know, so be sure to go give him a subscribe and give him some watch hours. Sounds like he needs it. It's well deserved. Yes, it is. So are the treats that Zag's gonna get out of this. I can't believe this is like the busiest live stream I've ever had. Not the busiest I've ever had, but it's a busy one. And I did that on it, and yeah, that's embarrassing. That's not common. I don't do that very often. You just happen to be lucky enough to be with me when I did it. He's like, you forgot something, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, did I? And Zag was gone. I'm like, oh shit, I fucking did. That's hilarious. When I put my mind to something, yeah, I get distracted and forget everything else. Clunk. Now I'm going on the back side of the tents. A little secret entrance to the parking area no one knows about. Forget, they put a dragon on their Mustang. I feel, oh, that's not a Mustang, it's a Chrysler. Now you know they're dangerous because they have a dragon. So we are on the back side of the tents right now. See, it's just vendors. A flea market, so to speak. Flea market. Get an Oric vacuum from the 1990s for nothing. There's clothes, there's walking sticks, there's jewelry, there's art. There's all sorts of awesome stuff. There were a lot more vendors down this road. And they're all packing up and leaving now. And there were more vendors down this road. The main event has ended, so a lot of the vendors are leaving. Oh, Zach, you remember when it was busy here? You couldn't find parking. People were parking underneath that bridge. Over there in the wash. Yep, they're going to the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, or they're going to Gem and Jam. Either way, they're going to other events after this one. You're absolutely right. Let me go ahead and get this set up again the right way. While I shame myself. Oh, Zach, you're okay. All right, let's catch up on my shamed Let's see, that's where it's closed. I wish Zag could hear us. Okay. Oh, you guys were all talking to Zag. I guess shipping to Australia would be prohibitive. What's up, Sharon? Man, everyone's here. Hey, it's Cote. Fucking, she was in the camper. Man overboard. All right, let me check out these. Just see, like old times, I drove 300 miles once to get OZ and put it in the Taco Bell bag. Whoops, left the trash. Had to go back 60 miles to get it. You finally ordered your solar kit, Adam. That's dope. Everyone's creased. You're creased at me leaving Zag behind. That's more fun. I left my dog at a party. He took a cab home. That's fucking awesome. It's the equivalent of leaving your child at the restaurant. Gotta go smoke. I knew you did it when you got back in the truck. Oh well, it's all good. My dad left me at a gas station once when I was a kid traveling. I come out of the bathroom there and they ran after the trailer and couldn't catch it. Oh, good. I'm glad you made it liberated right as I left Zag behind. How much for the dog? Yeah, classic. Okay, caught up on comments. You guys were much nicer than I expected. Let's be completely honest here. That was... Fuck. Well, this live stream ended up being about me forgetting my dog at the makeshift dispensary. You've been saving for 6 months for your solar. What kind of solar did you get, dude? What kind of system did you end up with? Gotta run. Bye, Critter. Definitely be catching up later. Until the next time, deuces. After I smoke this, I will be ending the live stream, but I will be starting another one when I go to Van Aid. I'm going to head to Van Aid and do some walk around and some filming. How did I end up in New Mexico, and how much land do I have? I ended up in New Mexico because I was looking for an area to exist in the summer. And northern Arizona was an option, and northern New Mexico was an option, and really it just, between the two, I could afford New Mexico, and I really couldn't afford Arizona. And it's beautiful out there. It's I have, I don't know, a decent amount of land, and all the land around my property is also kind of available. So, yeah. I could buy it and expand my land a little more. Let's see. You got the Renergy Mid-Skiz Schoolie Kit they have now, 600 watts. That's not bad. That's a great place to start. 600 watts. Is that 600 watts of solar panels or an inverter? Your 600 watt inverter. 600 watts of solar is quite a bit. How frequently do I live stream? I try to live stream like once a week. There isn't a set schedule for live streams. It used to be every Sunday. But, you know, as life happens, I can't always do it every Sunday. So, I just do it when I can, when I'm available. It's kind of not... Maybe I should start planning it and have like a time that I do it, but... I miss your comments a lot, do I? I didn't miss that one. My bad. I try to keep up on the comments. Do you find out who the prick was that broke into your RV? I have I know who one of the people were who stole something from me, but I think it wasn't just one person. Um, the community in that area said that there was another person that had broken into a few other homes, and they suspect he broke into mine, but nobody had any like evidence of it. And then I did find out who took my propane tanks, and I got them back. Three 200-watt panels, 4 batteries. Nice. Hopefully your inverter is pure sine wave. Yes, unless I comment on a video instead of a live. Thanks for reading that one, Zig. No hard feelings. I try to read all the comments. Sneeze acknowledged. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually getting over another cold. I've had like 3 colds this winter. Damn it. I can't live that down. It's okay, Aaron. You just missed him abandoning his fur child on the roadside. No biggie. Yeah, if I missed comments during that time, I was driving and headed to go get Zag. I probably missed a lot. Is Zag a New Mexican dog? No, she's a California dog. She was born in Slab City. No, it wasn't a joke. I didn't leave her on the side of the road. I left her at a friend's booth and I had to go back and get her. But she's here. She's here, safe and sound. Wondering why I ditched her. Yeah, she's fine. She's safe. Pure comedy. Yep. I can't say... I have left her at a friend's house one time before where I was just stopped in for 10 minutes. So I'm like, all right, see ya. And hopped in the van and drove away. And they texted me, do you want your dog? And I'm like, oh, shit. But in my defense, I usually don't have to say anything to her. She just follows me around and then hops in the van when I'm getting in. So someone called DPS, Dog Protective Services. And back with Papa. Yeah, she's here. You gotta keep up with me. She usually does. She's usually right on my heels. Like, I've trained her pretty well. But she hopped into his trailer and then didn't follow me out because she was sniffing stuff, I'm sure. Yep. Come on. Yeah, that happened. I ain't proud, but she's okay. She's okay. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. When my daughter was like 2 and just learning to run fast, I had to always have her hand in public. Like, not to drop her even for a second. Yeah, and because they bolt, man. Pew! Hobbies besides smoking. I like to hike, film, make videos, photography, obviously traveling. I don't know, got a lot of hobbies. I got hobbies. Hot springs, like seeing the world. But smoking weed is definitely a hobby, isn't it? Like, you spend your money on it, you learn about it, you grow plants. Yeah, it's totally a hobby. Developing a hot springs hobby. Prospecting. You know, I would love, actually, I've talked about this in a live stream before, I would love to have a metal detector to go out and just find what I can find. I think that'd be a pretty fun hobby. I think I would enjoy that. That they have a lot of abandoned gold mines out here in Quartzsite, and you know, people have found really big gold nuggets out here. And in Arizona, the public has mineral rights on public land, so if you find something, you get to keep it. I think it'd be a lot of fun to go out there and find some gold. Went in my first mineral hot tub when we were in Slabs. Well, not Slabs, but I forgot the name of it. RV park, the one with the lobster tank. I believe that you are thinking of Fountain of Youth. Is that the one you're talking about? They've got a pretty good pool there. And then obviously there's a hot springs in Slabs. And then there's Holtville Hot Springs. That's probably about 40 minutes away from Slabs, right off of of Interstate 8. But yeah, Fountain of Youth. It's in between Bombay and Island. Yeah, it's also a good spot to get laundry done, to take a shower. You know, it's not very expensive. Yeah, that's decent weed. I was too scared to do the Slabs hot springs without an actual slabber experienced snowbird. I think that's fair, but it would have been fine. I'm sure it would have been safe. People there aren't like out to get anyone, but I get it. Slabs can be an intimidating place. To be honest with you, it's not. The Slab City hot springs might be one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my life. And the worst hot spring is like, you know, the worst lotto ticket that's a winner. Like, it's still kind of cool, but it's, I don't know. I've seen a lot better hot springs out there in the world. I hate it when weed makes me cough, but I appreciate it when others cough. How's it going? God bless you, man. May the force be with you. What's up, Heath and Bobby? How you guys doing? Show us the bud. It's pretty good, I think. It's like small little nuggies, but it is yummy. It tastes good. It's an indica. How did I have this set up? That wasn't it. No, that wasn't it. That was it. Here we go. I just didn't want to offend a slabber. I wasn't like scared of the neighborhood. I don't know how you would have offended a slabber for being in the hot springs. Slabbers really, they don't mind tourists or visitors. It's really not like that. Just YouTube gives you the idea that it is kind of like that, but it's really not. Have I been to Oregon? Yeah, dude, I was raised in Oregon. I grew up in Oregon. Bright green. Yeah, it's good smoke. Right now, I'm looking for a tissue. Here we go. Yeah, I've never had a slabber get upset or seen a slabber get upset at a newcomer or a tourist or anything like that. I've never seen that just because the newcomer exists or because the tourist exists. I have seen slabbers get upset at them when they are disrespectful to the neighborhood or to their space, but never just because they're tourists. I've never seen that. We went to the range when we were in Slabs and everyone was extremely welcoming. I should have known the hot springs would be okay as long as I respect nakedness. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like most people in Slabs aren't there to have issues with anyone. Do you dig up for precious stones? I have, Sharon. I have done that. Right here in Quartzsite, actually, is a place called Crystal Hill that you can go dig out rocks like clear and blue and beautiful quartz with your fingers, and it's a pretty good spot to find some cool quartz, find some crystals. I've also gone found like geodes before out at some geode beds, and then cracked them open. Yeah, it's not bad weed. I guess it's an indica from what they say. From what my guy said. Oh, man. Oh, I was just checking the battery on my phone. You're making me want to vape, and I just had half a gummy. I'm a lightweight. I'm not a lightweight. I live in Oregon and Chiloquin. If you walk the flats along the highway direct west of Crystal Mountain, you can pick full crystal size of lighter. If you walk along the highway direct west of Crystal Mountain, you're talking about Crystal Hill, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm from Bend. I grew up in Bend. My 6.5-year-old daughter is home alone with me, so I have to not get super stoned. I kind of figured you're not a lightweight. Yeah, I used to be a lightweight. I remember, yeah, Crystal Hill. I'll have to check that out. Directly west of it. Okay, all right. It's not a highway. There's a dirt road, but unless you're actually talking about the highway. Yeah, I used to be a lightweight, but not anymore. I'm a lightweight with alcohol. Like, I'm a cheap date with alcohol, but I'm not a cheap date with cannabis. To be honest with you, I don't even feel it anymore. Like, I don't feel stoned anymore. It doesn't. I remember how intoxicating it was when I first started smoking after I got out of the military. But it's not anymore. It's not that intoxicating to me anymore. It used to be like enough to put me on my ass. But nowadays, I don't know. It doesn't really affect me anymore. It's a cheap date, except for sugar, carbs, and caffeine. Yeah, I could take a lot of caffeine too. I can take me a lot of caffeine. And I'll prove it. I got me one of them monster coffees. I like these things. Don't judge me. Judge me for leaving Zag behind, not for, not for the caffeine. Everyone's like, oh, I get that. Yeah, totally. I think it's very American that everyone can take a lot of caffeine and sugar and carbs and trans fats. Diet Pepsi. Oh my God, you drink Diet Pepsi? Are you okay? Like, you feeling okay? Like, do you need a hug? I was tore up after 12 years in the Navy. I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. I had to build up my tolerance over time for cannabis. It was intentional to build my tolerance up. But yeah, when I first got out, it fucked you up, man. I mean, the highway to Yuma, you can camp out there on the west side of the highway, and that's where I go to. BLM runs me out of Plimosa. On the west side of the highway. Okay. Oh, okay. On the other side of the highway from Crystal Hill, because Crystal Hill's on the east side of the highway. And then there's crystals there you can find. That's cool. It's actually the only energy drink I will drink is the coffee ones. Cheers. I'm actually not okay. Of course you're not. You're drinking diet. I know you're not okay. It sucks when you're allergic to it. Eldon, are you allergic to cannabis? And my next question is, are you allergic to pine by any, like, or maybe oranges or lemons? Are you allergic to citrus or pine or anything like that? I'm curious. The reason I ask is because most of the time when people are allergic to cannabis, they're not technically allergic to cannabis. They can be, obviously, but they could very well be allergic to the terpenes that are in cannabis. Because the terpenes in cannabis are the same terpenes that are in a lot of flowers, pine trees, lemons, and citrusy fruits. It's the terps that most people are allergic to. So if you could identify which terpene that you're allergic to, you could partake, as long as you know that there are none of those terpenes in the cannabis you're smoking, which is difficult because most places don't have a terpene printout for you. You're not going to know what terpenes your cannabis has. But some farms pay for that, and some states will require it for a terp printout too. Oh my god, I have to avoid the terps. No, well, you can't avoid terpenes. It's in all of the cannabis. There's terpenes in all cannabis, but there's so many different types of terpenes. When your weed tastes piney, it's pionine. When it tastes citrusy, it's limonene. There's a lot of different types of terpenes, and oftentimes it's the terpenes that people are allergic to, not the weed. But you can still be allergic to cannabis, the cannabis plant. That's possible too. Like, you probably wouldn't be able to wear hemp jewelry because it's also the same chemical makeup. I just smoke to maintain. I can partake in edibles and a small amount of vape. Yeah, a lot of people. I know people who would like every time they smoked weed, they'd throw up every fucking time, and it turns out it was a terpene in it that they were allergic to. Old brickweed, more seeds than bud. Yeah, it'd take you 20 minutes to roll a joint because you're spending 15 minutes digging out all the seeds and stems. Yeah, brickweed reminds me of the tastes like high school. Tastes like poor in high school. You can still find brickweed in Mexico, you guys. Smoked distillate, it has no terps, just THC. Y'all just blew my mind. It's super interesting. Distillate, that's vape pens. It's what they put in the vape pens. I'm looking for my vape pen right now. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Distillate. But that's not always true. You can get terpenes in distillate too. It's just depends on how they made it. You can get when you go to a dispensary, ask them for the farms that have terpene printouts. If any of the farms have terpene printouts, then you'll know what you're putting in your body, and you should know. Like, that's something that should be available to you. Like, they have the ingredients of food. They should have the terpene printouts and the ingredients of all your cannabis. Definitely tastes like poor in high school. Yeah, for sure. Eldon, you stop breathing. Yeah, that might just be the smoke irritating your lungs too, like that. Unless you're going into anaphylactic shock, and then that's dangerous. Just stay away from it. Like, if you have negative reactions to something, I'm not gonna be the guy that that talks you into like, hey, put this dangerous thing in your body. Like, maybe it is dangerous for you, like, and you should avoid it. There's nothing wrong with that. Vegas has some of the best in their shops, kind of expensive back in the day. Used to get good Mexican bud, not many seeds, kind of fluffy, not really brick gold color. Then you got spare tire brick bud. Yeah, that spare tire shit. I didn't know that was called distillate. We just call them cartridges. Yeah, that's what's in it, is the distillate. We used to call it tack. Occasionally it had a chunk of plastic in it. Yeah, it's smoking plastic. Up until a few years ago, you could still get it for 25 a quarter. Some put the terps back in for flavor. Yeah, some of them do end up flavored, and they're yummy. Tastes like Fruit Loops and shit. Sometimes I smoke a little resin to remember where I came from. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, and I think that's why I don't like it when weed makes me cough. The best weed in the world is in California. I might disagree. I'm a Southern Oregon guy myself. I think Southern Oregon has consistently blown like Humboldt out of the water, but I mean, it's kind of subjective, isn't it? Like, what's best? Everyone has their own personal flavor. I like reclaim from wax resin. And the smell, good grief. Weed gives me hella anxiety and paranoia no matter what kind, so unpleasant, so I avoid nowadays. Yeah, you know what? It did the exact same thing to me when I got out of the Army and I didn't have a tolerance. It made me paranoid and it made me anxious. And I knew that wasn't what it would do once I built up my tolerance. So I would only smoke in a quiet, safe environment, usually at my house, right before bed. I would take a hit and then I'd just pass out. And then I would take a hit and I'd just pass out every day. And then that led to like taking 2 hits. And then that led to like smoking a bowl. And then eventually, after a long time, I'm honestly like 6 months, after like that long, I was able to smoke in front of people, and it didn't make me anxious anymore. But I do remember when it did that. And I don't care what people say, like, oh, you just gotta smoke an indica. Like, no, man, it just makes people paranoid when they don't have a very high tolerance, especially because they try to smoke as much as we do. Like, I could smoke this whole bowl to myself and I'll be fine. And then you expect everyone else to be able to do that, and that's just not the case. Like, half a hit is sometimes people need, and it makes them very uncomfortable and super high, and they just need to be like any hallucinogen will do, which technically weed's a hallucinogen. It'll make you paranoid a little bit, and you've just got to remember, like, oh, I'm on drugs, I'm on drugs, I'm on drugs, and then you're usually okay. But yeah, that's a very, very common experience. Seriously, we need weed classes. People would pay a lot of money to listen to y'all's expertise on weed. Maybe one day we will have that. Maybe one day we'll have a whole college designed for growing cannabis. But until then, there's tons of information online. And it's not like this is new information. It's just been kind of hush hush because weed's been illegal for so long. They cleaned the house and gave all my old stuff away and my old pipes and everything the other day. Fresh start, new year. Hell yeah, congratulations. My friend gets anxiety from the sativa strains. That does happen to me sometimes. It's usually not anxiety for me though. I can't sleep. You know, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep, so I avoid sativas just altogether. I do hybrids. That might be the closest I get to sativas. Is it almost 420? Oh, it's early 420. It's 1:43 out here. Oh, finger hash. That shit's fun, actually. Finger hash lasts a long time. Pretty soon you got a gravity bong in your closet. Yeah, pretty soon it just doesn't phase you. Here in Florence Medical, so we get total analysis on the bud. Even it depends on the state on how the requirements of tests go. Most states don't require a terpene printout, terpene tests. They don't require it, and most farms won't pay for it because it costs more money. And then some will, which I appreciate. I'll always ask for the terpene printouts because like different terpenes will do different things for you. Some terpenes will make you more tired. Some terpenes will give you the munchies. Other terpenes are good for like your gut, like when you're eating food. Those are caryophyllines. Those are really good for your fucking internal. Like people with Crohn's disease really like their caryophyllene terpenes. So okay, so the free gummies I ate the other day and didn't study about probably caused my strange behavior the 2 nights I took them. Glad I stopped eating those free gummies and stuck to one. Yeah, always start out small with any new drug, you guys. Always start out super tiny. Bong hooked to a gas mask. I remember that. Yeah, straight indica, otherwise it gives you a panic attack. Dude, I feel that. I've got a lot of comments to catch up on. I'm not used to being on drugs, so I will keep reminding myself I'm on drugs. I'm on drugs. That helps, dude. I swear to God, that helps. And it's always helps me. Like, oh yeah, I smoked weed. That's why I'm feeling this way. It's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna die. I don't need to call 911. Like, I'm okay. I just need to eat some food and watch cartoons. I had a fish pump hooked in up to a bowl, and I burned brick in the bowl and held massive amounts. That's fucking rad. No sativa for me. Yeah, a lot of people seems like they like indicas. I burn sativa at work, and home I stay with indica, and that's what a lot of people will do too. They'll, smoke sativa in the morning. It's like their coffee in the morning, and indica at night. I just go straight indica. We smoke out of a huge gravity bong we put together using a tank of the toilet and a water receptacle. That was 20 years ago. I've made gravity bongs in a bathtub with a 5-gallon jug before. Yeah, Idaho is the worst state I know of. Idaho is the worst state for weed I know of. Even though it's just weed, I'm not used to it, so it's still a mind-altering drug. Yes. Yes, it is. I really don't like those people like, it's not a drug. Like, the fuck it isn't. It's a drug. It's a drug. It affects your mind, and if you're not used to it, you might not... if you don't know how it's going to affect you, when it starts affecting you, you're not even sure if you enjoy it. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with those questions. It's just like doing any drug. First time you got drunk, you're like, fuck, do I like this? Hey, what's up, Elaine? Good to see you. Yeah, after a while, we regularly just maintain. Once I got my tolerance up, that's really all it's about. I just maintain. It's not intoxicating anymore. it used to be. I remember when it was. I remember what that was like, and I wish more stoners would remember what that was like. But it was overwhelming. I'm a straight indica. I'm okay with hybrids if there's more indica. I like the indica dominant for sure. And then dabbing. And you guys, there's also non-psychotropic cannabis that won't get you high, but it'll give you all the benefits. It'll relax you, and it'll make you get the munchies, or make you help you sleep. Like it's called CBD. You can get CBDs with terpenes bred really high up in the CBD weed, but you won't have the THC that makes you stoned. Like that's it's an option if you don't want to be overwhelmed. You can also get low THC levels and high CBD, so it's like test at like 5% THC, and it won't blow your fucking face off. Lotion with CBD, CBN, and CBG. There are so many different cannabinoids. THC is just one of them. And we're finding that a lot of the other cannabinoids and the terpenes is what's helping you, helping cancer patients or anxiety. It's not all about the THC. My dad says weed not the same as it used to be and don't get stoned no more. I told him after 40 years, probably not. Yeah, he needs a tolerance break if he wants to get stoned. Dave, do you use that shit for your pain? Because I know you get pains, body pains. Fuck, raise your hand if you get body pains. Everyone does. Unless you're like still in your 20s. Biofreeze. Dude, I've bathed in biofreeze before. Aaron, you can always end up on the live stream, live chat, and like rewatch it later too. But Dave's got you. It's not legal to buy in the Netherlands in the early 70s. You're right about the tolerance. I smoke weed before going to the gym. That's what's up. Yeah, I'd much rather go to the gym stoned. I was Quartzsite. It's a great place to come camp and exist, and not it's okay to be in a van. But I get kind of bored here after a while. Since everyone's here now, I may have found a buyer for my truck. They seem like they're very interested. I'll find out more in the next few days. So please cross your fingers for me. I'd really love to get rid of this truck. It's been such an anchor for the last few months. Is my dog still purple? Miles. Miles is not my dog anymore. I rehomed him. It was honestly a little overwhelming for me, and he really, really loves his new owner. And they had another dog too, so Miles has got another dog to hang out with. But yes, he is still, they tie-dye him all the time. He's still over at Ponderosa, and the bottle kids have dyed him a couple more times. So yeah, he's different colors still. Fellow vet, and I rely on good herb and rosin. What's up, fellow vet? Good to meet you, Britt. Give me a beer or whiskey any day. I don't drink very often, to be honest with you. I think if I was to drink like twice in 1 month, I would say that's a lot more than usual. It's awesome. I wish for you to sell your truck today. Thanks. I really need that thing gone. It's an anchor. I don't like anchors. Oh, Miles has the best home for him, yay. And he does have a home, but they're also a traveler. So Miles is still putting miles under his belt. Cheers from Utah. What's up? There is a lot of veterans in the chat, right? Like, I'm not the only one. So drop your branches. Like, what branch were you guys in? What units were you in? What years were you in? Are them kids better than YouTube portrays them to be? Yeah, 100%. Those kids are, they were fun spirits about the Bottle Kids videos, and they're honestly, they're great kids. They're good. They're really good kids. All they're doing most of the time is just sitting around, asking people for dollars so they can go buy a soda and playing video games. You know, except for when they're at school, obviously. But yeah, they're not out doing nefarious stuff. But they do bug everyone for a dollar, and they have ever since I've known them. Like, you got a dollar? You got a dollar? Because they want to go get a soda, because they're kids. And we just went nuts with it with the Bottle Kid video, and it was a lot of fun. They were really good. They were good. They got to go smash bottles at places and slabs that already had debris and shit and glass everywhere, and you know, they got to make a video and get to send it to their family and stuff. It was great. I drink like 2 times a year now. Yeah, me too, man. You drinking for flavor? It's chelada? Oh my god. Bloody Marys? I don't like tomato juice. Sangria is not bad. I like wine. Hot chelada. Chelada fuego. Y'all like your food to hurt you. Like, yeah, I want this to be painful. Yeah, you enlisted a little before me, dude. I enlisted in 2007. Are you in Cornelius's Discord? No, I'm not. I don't think I've ever used Discord for more than like a couple of like hours and been like, nah, I don't get it. And then I delete it. I'm kind of a boomer. When it comes to Discord. 96 to 08, Navy egress. 08, 2016, Air Force, reserve egress. I almost went to the Air Force, because in the Air Force I can still wear all of my Army awards. I'm allowed to wear like my CIB, and I figured it'd be pretty cool to be one of the only airmen that had a combat infantryman's badge. But I'm glad I didn't go into the Air Force or the Air Guard. I did consider it though. I don't like to pay for movies that make me cry. I don't like to pay for food that makes me hurt. It hurts my face. Irish whiskey, straight up, no ice. Remember that night we pretty much drank a 5th of Jameson Black Label. I like my whiskey with ice. I like it straight up, but with on the rocks. And then I'll sip it. You know, like I'm a whiskey sipper. Drinking right now. Uncommon taste buds. No, you guys have trauma. You guys have trauma, and you're like, I want life to hurt me, so you drink cheladas. My food doesn't hurt me enough. It's like masochist shit right there. You're a food masochist. Me, you, and Wanda. Yeah, I remember Wanda. Throw away my empty. Yeah, get it, girl. Get that refill. It's freaking yummy, Zig. I'll have to take your word for it. But I know how messy the styrofoam cup is when you're done drinking it, and I'm just like, I don't want to. It probably is good. I just don't like beer either. I'm not really much of a beer drinker. I want to go straight to the point. I'm gonna drink me some whiskey. Sag's still glaring at me from leaving her back there at that booth. Hey Zag, they have them in a can now, ready to go. Edible or flour or dabs? I will always prefer flour over all of it. And then dabs. And then edibles. Oh, Elaine, your voice to text is learning us. Yes, Crystal, I am a happy drunk, actually. I'm a blast when I drink. I'm not a sad drunk, I'm not a wild drunk or anything, but I am a happy drunk. I have a lot of fun. Dude, she doesn't do the pup cups. I've gotten them for her before. She doesn't like the little dog bones they put in there. She'll She'll obviously eat the whipped cream, but she leaves the dog bones behind. And no one here sells pup cups. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's no coffee stands. I need to come to Oklahoma and get happy. Everybody wants me to drink with them now, huh? I don't know if Dave is still in the chat, but if Dave's here, he knows how often I say, like, no. Like, hey, you want to drink? No. No, I'm good. But I do like Pendleton whiskey if I'm gonna drink like something and have a good night. I sip on Pendleton whiskey on the rocks all night. But hell yeah, I'm a fun drunk. There goes a state trooper, just went by. They were thawed out. Actually, I got to play in my yard today instead of hunkering down with a layer of ice outside. That's cool. Everyone's warming up out there. Madras has a new basin distillery. I did not know that. I know Madras. I know that town. I haven't drank alcohol since 1985. I was a year old. I was 1 year old when you quit drinking. Yeah, I actually did have to stop for a couple of years because I kind of went pro there for a little bit. When I got back from Iraq, I kind of went pro and was drinking a lot. And then for a lot of years, I didn't drink anything. And now it's like an every once in a while type of thing, like a few times a year maybe. I prefer cannabis, obviously. Try a Clubtails brand Long Island iced tea sometimes. It comes in a can, tasty but mild. A real Long Island iced tea isn't mild. It's tasty, but it'll put you on the floor. You were 4 in 1985? Yeah, I was 1. Me too, 84 in August. What up, 84? I just turned 39. A couple weeks ago. I was -5. You were 16. Those Long Island iced teas you get at the bar have like 7 different types of booze in them, and they'll put you on your ass. See what you did, Jim? Now everyone is relating themselves to 1985. Here we go. Now we know how old everyone is. Yep. Millennials in the house. We're not so bad, guys. Millennials are starting to... We're like pushing 40. We're not kids. Quit blaming us for what the kids are doing. It's your grandkids you gotta blame. 1985, great book. Oh, it was 1984, Aaron. 1984 by George Orwell. And yeah, that was an amazing book. I've read that book more than once. Yeah, I remember ASL. I remember that. It was like 13. Boy. Oregon. '15 and going to see great concerts. I'll bet. That was a good time for music for sure. Am I the oldest partier in the house? Born in 1959. What does that make you? 60 something, right? Like 62? 63. What year is this? Oh, you're like 64 this year. Oh shit, here comes all the ASLs. 62! Oh! Jim Beam, honey, Smirnoff vodka straight up. Animal Farm was another good book too. Jim was born in 1945. Oh, beat that. Beat that. You thought you were old until you met Jim. 45. That was a good year in history. Like the whole 40s was really fascinating time in American history. 70s has the best music. Yeah, I was just talking about that yesterday, actually. I was sitting there like, dude, the Vietnam veterans got such good music from their war. Such great music. Like, welcome to the jungle. And then we got Toby Keith. And I'm so disappointed about that. We should have gotten better music for Iraq. Well, we got Five Finger Death Punch, I think. Sort of, kind of, maybe. But definitely Toby Keith. That's what we got. The 70s, dude, they had way better music for like the current events that were going on at the time. You're right, we had death metal. Yeah. We had death metal. I mean, I will admit that the some of the 90s music and early 2000s was some pretty spectacular music that came out of there too. Yeah, the 90s didn't do so bad. I like a lot of the artists that came out in the 90s. And even now, even today, if you look deep enough, you can find some decent music out there that's coming out today, like really original stuff. And it's a little harder to find over all the poppy fucking flashy shit and the top charts crap, but you gotta dig a little deeper. If you guys like bluegrass, if you like bluegrass music at all, if you think you might like bluegrass, you gotta check out Amigo the Devil. Amigo the Devil. He's got the coolest fucking music. I like him a lot. Billy Strings is killing it. Like, there is some quality music coming out today. Young artists. Jungle was 87. Is it? Okay, so then they still had like the Walrus. Here come old flat top. He come. That was the 70s. Yeah, friggin' Toby Keith. That's what we got. Brought to you courtesy. Concert. My first concert was Ted Nugent, Lawrence Skinner, T-Rex, and Rio Speedwagon. I like 60s and 80s as well. Black Sabbath, Grateful Dead. Okay, but yeah, Grudge. Are you saying grunge? Ozzy Osbourne's your first CD? My first CD ever was Sublime. I bought my wife a 70s war CD, and now through Zig that was treating her trauma, and that's why she liked it so much. I do love his song Angry American. Yeah, he sang, I got to see Toby Keith in Iraq, and we were in Balad, and he sang the Ballad of Balad to us, which was pretty cool. That was a cool experience. The Beatles, Led Zeppelin. I don't know what Hot Tuna is. Yeah, the Forrest Gump soundtrack is dope. Fish and Goose are your faves today. Okay, but who listens to Maynard? Like, where's my Tool fans at? Where's my Tool fans at? Yeah, take care, Chopper. Tool was excellent. Is excellent. Tool is excellent. They're still coming out with albums. Even though they're from the 90s, they're still killing it. And he's got two other bands. He's got a Pussifer and he's got a Perfect Circle. 40 Ounces of Freedom. Yeah, that was my first CD. 40 Ounces. Ballad kind of sucked. Yeah, Ballad definitely fucking sucked. I wasn't actually stationed in Ballad. But we would do missions down to Balad, and we would stay in transient housing. I was in Mosul, and then later we moved to Tikrit, and so we would do missions all over USD North, all over northern Iraq. But Balad was like the worst base. I hated going to Balad because everything was by SOP. Like, here's an example: when the base would get mortared, you're supposed to go to the bunkers. You're supposed to go over to the bunkers and wait for the all clear. And if you did that every fucking time we got mortared, you'd never get anything done. So we just didn't. Unless we went to Balad. And then they'd fucking make you. They would make you go to the bunkers every time the alarms went off and wait for the all clear, because that's where all the command was. And that's where all the like higher echelons was in that area, and I hated going to Balad because of that. Everything was by SOP. I liked going out to the bases, like away from command and away from everything, just company level. I like that a lot more. Or even just our convoy escort team level. Tool schism. You know, if you have the patience to listen to a 12, 13-minute long song, Tool Third Eye is my jam. That's like that song that'll take you somewhere. Life feeds on life. Feeds on life. Don't let these bibs fool you. I listen to Tool. And I listen to everything. I listen to hip hop, I listen to metal, I listen to country, bluegrass. I don't think there's any genre that's just bad right out the gate. I think there's a little bit of every genre I would enjoy. Yeah, Danny Carey. Danny Carey's an amazing drummer. What about rap like Blind Fury? I like Mac Miller and Watsky. Okay, thanks, Liz. I know. I'm still here, just can't leave. Dude, you're supposed to be eating food. Don't go without food to watch my live stream. That's bad. I'm not that interesting. I'll even listen to a couple of Christian songs. Yeah, I like the Christian songs that they made on South Park. Those were my favorite. Ren. I think I have listened to Ren before. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out Amigo the Devil, that's some cool stuff that I've enjoyed recently. I'll eat after. I love Black Gospel. Oh, dude, they get into it, don't they, though? Like, what they're saying isn't, it's whatever, but the fact that they're really fucking jamming. Hell yeah, Black Gospel music. They really, like, I don't know, white people are up there in their little band, like, playing Rockstar in their church, which is fun, cool, whatever. But man, yeah, them Black Gospels, those women really fucking go nuts. Is Valley Fever as bad there as the news says? I don't know that I've ever had... I don't know what Valley Fever is. What's Valley Fever? I guess not, because I don't know what it is. Heck yeah, you want to get in the spirit. You want to put some pep in your step. Yeah, it's like... I don't know. They jam the fuck out. You can tell they're enjoying themselves. And you remember the Isley Brothers? No, I don't. Sonny Terry, song called Those Women. These women killing me. I'm gonna have to come back. Like, okay, you guys, my Instagram is probably in the description of this live stream. If you guys want to send me music, send me music. But send me a link to the music video on YouTube. And I will listen to as much of it as I can. And my favorite one that someone sends me, I'll repost to my community page so we can force it on everybody. But you can't send me Tool, because I know all their music. And I'll have a day where I'll throw in my speaker, my headphones, and just jam out. Yeah, it makes it easy with links. Otherwise, I'm just going to spend... Whoa. Tom McDonald. I think I have heard them before. You guys, you're still sending me... I'm not going to remember all this. This is so many bands. I already know what I'm sending. Cornelius introduced me to this song band. If it's Special Head, that'll crack me up. Wax Ecstatic by Sponge. Okay, I haven't heard that, but that's not a link on my Instagram. I don't even have a pen. Oh, whoa. Maxi Borgaro. Oh, you've told me about this person before. I kind of do like like country remakes of rap songs. Those are pretty funny. There's a dude who, look at that guy getting stoned in that van. Hey, look at him. I'm not getting stoned in a van. I'm getting stoned in my house. Like, this is my home. I'm just sitting in my living room, enjoying a doobs. I'm downstairs right now. Upstairs is my bedroom. Stop overstimulating me. He covers creep. Okay, yeah, I think you've told me about this before. My favorite song I will post to the community page. Yeah, the country remix of Gin and Juice. I heard that. Smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice. All right, send it to me, Imaginator. Send it to my my Instagram. The link's in the description of this video, and pretty much all my videos is my Instagram link. Cats and dogs are fed, including the strays. I'm a sucker for a pretty face and a skinny cat. Hit the likes instead of that joint. Actually, hit both. First, you gotta hit the like button before you hit the joint. I think that's a fair trade. Grew up in vans in the 80s. It rocked. Yeah, that would have been a good time to start. Back in the day when not everybody was fucking doing it. But now it's like everybody and their brother does the van life thing. I remember when I started, it was still not even this popular. It was like the recession was kind of ending when I started my journey. And it was already becoming kind of popular, but now it's just, you know, no one ever does it for very long. I'm in so many van life groups, and people are like, how long has everyone been traveling? And I'm like, about 9 years. And I always get these comments like I've heard of people traveling for a lot longer than 9 years. It's just the van life thing has become a fad. And then after a little while, people are like, wow, I'm actually fucking homeless, and I don't like this. But for me, like, this is the most freedom I've ever had in my entire life, and I love it. Smash that beer and that like button. Boom, we are friends on Facebook. Special Ed, what's up? You made it to Kansas. He just left. He was here visiting Quartzsite and was driving back home all the way to Kansas. I'm so stoned I remember my username was that. Yeah, that's your username. That's your channel. Also on my Instagram isn't just a way to reach out to me and send me messages. It's also where I'll post little videos of Zag or what I'm doing and things that I might not post to YouTube. So, you know, it's just another inside track on what I'm doing and another outlet to see what's going on in Zig and Zag's world. I've traveled all my life, summer in Oregon, Washington, Idaho desert, in the winter traveling for work, asphalt paving, seal coating. I've been called fly by night, but also been called worse. I love traveling, dude. It's the shit. It's my fave. So many friends, I love it. That video of Zag recently was so cute. Does mud flap still go? Mud flap still go on the slabs. I haven't seen him in quite a while, honestly. I think the last video he did there was a little over a year, maybe last year. Actually, I got more likes. I don't know. Sometimes your thing might not update, but it says I have 41 likes and 33 people in the chat, so that's not terrible. I'm on drugs. I'm on drugs. I'm on drugs. Yes. Yes, if you ever doing a drug, you guys, and you start getting really overwhelmed and you're like, oh my God, remind yourself you feel that way because you're on drugs. And it's okay. Like, if it's just weed, man, or it's just cocaine, don't do drugs, kids. DARE. Remember DARE? It stood for, what does it stand for? It's like drugs are really expensive. Was that it? It's something like that. It was like they were daring you the whole time, like, I dare you. That should have been thought through, I think. Like, I fucking dare you. I dare you to do drugs. They give you euphoria. You don't want to try that. Jesus Christ. Like, how the fuck was we not gonna end up doing drugs? Almost 4:20 on the East Coast. Alright, we'll count that shit down. My dad never gave me a beer, but after he passed out, he did not realize I was taking it. Thankfully, my dad didn't drink. Like, my dad wasn't a drinker. There wasn't a lot of drinking in my household. Here it is now, 4:20 in Tennessee, 4:20 in Florida, 4:20 in New York and Maine and Virginia, 4:20 out there in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, in Georgia. Happy 4:20. Someday tell us about your dad. Someday I might. Someday I might. I mean, yeah. I don't know how long the delay is, so I went early. Jeez. Guys, God. My dad didn't drink, but he used meth. Thankfully, he only smokes weed now. That's great. Drug abuse resistance education. Resist! Resistance is futile. That's also what I learned during that same time. So, here we all are. Everyone's doing drugs. Nomad Outdoors, hello from Quartzsite. That's where I'm at. I'm in Quartzsite. How'd you know? Probably the location I put on my live stream. John Primer, Steve Goodman, song called My Old Man. Dustin, you gotta send it to my Instagram. You know how much music I got sent? Like in the chat? That's not that. I have a doobie of proper kush in one hand and a club tail in the other. Y'all are my kind of people. Partying on the Sabbath. Take care, Aaron. Partying on the Sabbath. I guess it's a Sabbath if you're a Christian. But, I mean, it might not be a Sabbath if you're Muslim or Jewish or whatever. But, you know, you're always sinning in some religion. And on this escapade, I left Zag at a booth and had to go back and get her. Because I'm a terrible dog parent. I did that on live stream. My best memory while high is finally lighting a fart. Jesus Christ. I remember them days. Yeah, it's full moon tonight. Full moon. Oh, Zag, look at this. She's the best. And it looks like it's going to be a clear night here in Quartzsite. So maybe I'll do some astrophotography. I've got a nice phone that I can get some good moon shots of a full moon. So I'll post those up on my Instagram as well. My full moon shots of the evening. Yeah, I like my curtains too. It's a pretty cool van. Very, very comfortable seats. These captain chairs spin around, both of them. So they'll be aiming the inside of the van. It's got a sink and a range. there will be a van tour video coming out soon. But like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I just have been going through a lot personally in my life this last week or two, and I haven't had the motivation to film like I usually do, which is obviously maybe like a writer's block type thing, but coming soon. I will be filming again. I am looking forward to doing some videos soon, fan tour included. So yeah, I saw a short with Zag wearing it while I was going into the store. Very cute jacket. Yeah, the jean jacket was that jean jacket right there came from Amazon, but the hood and the back piece here I sewed on. You can see the stitching. You can see the stitching in it if you look close enough, but I sewed on these things, the hood and the other piece, because it came off of like a kid's hoodie or whatever. Sewed it with dental floss. I didn't get to see the comment. I went out with my binoculars and looked and couldn't find it. Did anyone else see it? You know what? I tried. I even downloaded the app that lets you like look around and shows you where everything's at, and I found where it was supposed to be in the sky, and if I was looking at it, it looked just like a really faint star. And I didn't have binoculars or anything, and but you know, that's too bad. Sewing skills for the win. Every good soldier knows how to sew. We had to sew shit all over our uniforms, so yeah, standing on her back legs. She does that. She's actually really, really good at standing on her back legs. But I've tried to train it into her, and she doesn't do it on command yet. Gypsy, you were very disappointed. In what? Oh, you didn't get the comment. Yeah, it was really hard to see. If I saw it, it just looked like a really faint star, which is they did warn us about. It'd be easier to see in a telescope. So it was pretty much as expected for me. I do remember Hail Bop. And I think I was like 2 when Haley's comment came around. But I remember Hail Bop. That one I remember. You could kind of see a little tail on Hail Bop. What do you think about that Chinese spy balloon? I just heard about this yesterday because memes were popping up. The Chinese spy balloon. I don't know. Like, I would like to think that they did the right thing, like, because my experience in the military tells me that we don't have all the information that the people who are making decisions have. And it's really easy to play armchair quarterback when it comes to like national defense shit that none of us are experts about. Or the technology put into a spy balloon. But I couldn't imagine that there was much that balloon couldn't figure out, that a satellite couldn't figure out, or that we could, like, Google Earth has like pictures of the entire eastern seaboard. I couldn't imagine what that spy balloon could do that a satellite couldn't. So I would imagine that whoever made the decision to wait, or whoever put that idea out there and it was listened to, like, there was probably not much of a threat to national security. Otherwise, I think they probably would have shot it down a lot sooner. But I just heard about this yesterday. I don't know. Still alive, yep. Probably for another little bit. Yeah, there's a million of them up there. Yeah, there were actually, like, I looked into it because I was curious, and they had 3 that they discovered under Trump that were in our airspace. 3 different spy balloons from China that were in our airspace, but they never shot down. They never just let them pass. And so it's not like this is a first-time thing. It just got a lot of attention on the media. I think that the spy balloon was on purpose as a decoy for something else. Imaginary, that makes a lot of sense. Chinese are sneaky. Yeah, I mean, the reality is when it comes to these kind of decisions that are made, they're made miles and miles above the knowledge that any of us have. And I couldn't imagine they'd leave it up there if there was actually a threat to national security. Like, they could have Chinese spies in our country flying airplanes over these places and getting better pictures. Yeah, it would be gone if it was a real threat. I would like to believe that. Like, I think that if it was a real threat, they would have taken care of it. But what I do know is the official word was they waited for it to get over the ocean so they could knock it down. And it probably wasn't a threat, so they didn't really have to knock it down, but they did to make everyone happy. But I don't know. I would be shocked, absolutely shocked, if there weren't Chinese submarines off the coast. That would surprise me if there were undetected submarines off of our coast. I'm sorry, it would surprise me if there weren't. Like, I think that there's probably the Chinese are testing our borders, getting close to Hawaii, sending balloons over. We're doing it too, guys. Smallpox balloon. Well, I'm immune because I got a smallpox vaccine right there. Look at that scar. Yeah. Where's my boomers at? Who's got the smallpox scar? Does not make you curious about how it got into our airspace. Yeah, it got into our airspace because the air currents pushed it right to our airspace from wherever they launched it from. Somewhere on the East Coast, I'm sure. When they shot it, they destroyed anything that could have been checked out. They probably checked it out visually, and they were like, oh, that's what that does, that's what that does, that's what that does. And I know that they were going to try to recover the debris out of the ocean, but who knows, man. A friend of mine just showed me an anime on Netflix with balloons going after people trying to hang them. I saw the missile hit the most important part of that balloon. Zig, I don't know if you know this, but why do people assume it's Chinese and not from our own government? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is there was a Chinese spy balloon, they shot it down, and I didn't really dig too deep into it. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, you know when it's gonna matter is when we're at war with China. Oh, whoa, this truck is almost stuck. It was going through the dirt, and it got stuck for a second, and I saw it in the mirror, but it seems to be doing all right now. I was hoping that was going to happen. That would have been cool to get on live. Way cooler than leaving my dog behind. It's just to get us concerned China is in bad shape. We can't function without the U.S. And we can get by without them. We are Americans. We will be fine. China has all of our industry, though. Like, they make everything. China is why our prices aren't more expensive. Yeah, I'm still hanging out with them. I'm still there. You gonna come back? You're coming back, aren't you? Although I am gonna be leaving in a couple of days. It's payday! Woot woot, congratulations. It's payday. It's the 5th of the month. So get up, get up, get up. Go cash your check and wake up. Yeah, he did for a minute. He was just in chat. But yeah, he stopped by for a minute, but he made it to Kansas now. He's in Kansas. Elaine, I have not forgotten Walmart. I will be headed. I'm an hour from the closest Walmart here, and it hasn't been a like imperative that I get to a Walmart yet, but I will be headed um, to a Walmarted area in what's today? 2 days, 2 3 days. I'll be swinging through Walmart, so I really appreciate you. I have not forgotten. That's how I'm gonna be able to get to court and back. Yeah, Quartzsite's pretty fun. No, I have to pick it up. It's in my name. I will not forget. I'm actually super grateful. I will be going to Walmart. Damn, you're living in a Walmart parking lot? You fell from grace, my friend. Couldn't even find a pilot? You had to go that low? Do you have your jacks down? I hope you have your jacks down. Like, fuck you guys and your etiquette. I live here now. Something to be looking forward to on my channel is Lake Havasu. Pretty soon I gotta take care of some adulting shit and go back to Slabs because Spider's gonna have court pretty soon, so I'm gonna have to swing through that and see what's gonna happen next. When it's time to update you guys about that, I will update you. Don't worry about that. And then shortly after that, I'm gonna be headed north towards Lake Havasu because there's an old army buddy of mine, and I haven't seen him in 10 years. We deployed together. It's kind of a complicated story about how our deployment went, but we didn't get to see each other very often on deployment, and we haven't seen each other much. Anyways, turns out he lives in Lake Havasu, so I would like to go by and see him sometime soon in the next like month or so. So be looking forward to that. It just all depends on finances. Right now my money's getting saved so I can go back to court. In Scottsdale, rich end of town, some guy brought me a Wendy's last night. That's dope. Love your stance on adulting shit. Sammy Davis Jr. is gonna take years before he gets sentenced. Yeah, it depends on the plea deal. Yeah, that could happen sooner than that. It just all depends. Raven, did your truck sell? Maybe. I might have found a buyer for my truck. I will know more within the next few days about how serious of a buyer this is. But please cross your fingers for me because it's just been a nightmare trying to sell this truck. And I'm kind of just anchored here until I do sell it. So cross your fingers that I have somebody who seems to be pretty serious buyer. So just got to get the approval from somebody else in their life wants to come check out the truck. So cool. Now is not a time to sell a vehicle. CarMax can't even sell. Fingers crossed. This person needs a vehicle, has the money, and doesn't have a vehicle right now. So we'll see. It's somebody I know also, so that's helpful. But yeah, please cross your fingers because I would really like to get this truck out from underneath me. Thank you. Hope you sell it. Appreciate you. Yeah. CarMax, like the dealership wouldn't even give me very much for it either. So there was some pretty inflated prices on used vehicles there for a minute, and the inflated prices are coming back down on used vehicles, which that's probably good for me because I haven't had anyone interested in my truck. I spent 2 months in Los Angeles trying to sell it. No fucking luck. So yeah, let's just manifest it as a group. They're buying my truck. They're gonna buy it. But I do have to go home and like wipe out the inside, which I have like all the stuff for right here. The armor all protected and cleaning wipes and stuff. So I'm gonna go do that today, I think. What's today? Remember the 5th of February. Yeah, 2 months of the jungle. Somebody hit the truck while I was there. And I had to, like, instead of sell the truck, I had to deal with insurance to get the door fixed. And then all the spider stuff meant that I had to go, like, I ghosted my YouTube. I put my whole life on hold to go hunt him down, and it was a plan that was weeks in the making. And then um, it was just a struggle to get both vehicles to Quartzsite. And then when I got here, I got a flat tire. It's just been one thing after another, and I'm sick of it. Are you coming for the party at Carhenge? Yeah, they do a rave every year at Carhenge and Slabs, and I might go. I'm not sure. I know I talked about it a little bit on earlier in the live stream, but I'm going to start distancing myself from Slabs. It's not going to be my winter spot anymore. It'll be somewhere I swing through and visit. I'll become a visitor, I think. But as far as like being ingrained into Slabs, I just don't want to be anymore. It's much more fun to visit Slabs and leave for me now. And I know that's just my experience, but I think I've taken a lot of the last couple of years. I have lost a lot of the wind in my sails regarding Slab City. So it's a big world out there, and I'm gonna go see it some more. But I might be at the party at Carhenge. We'll see. I might not ought to ask you this, but whose camp burnt a couple nights ago? It was the old Katamari camp. Burnt a couple of nights ago. It was across the street from the Handlebar, where the Handlebar used to be. Zig leaving, Slab City, oh my lord. I'm not a slabber. I know like a lot of my videos are from Slabs because I've been going there for 9 years. But I don't stay in the summers. I've had videos from a lot of various other places, New Mexico, Colorado. This summer I'll be going to Oregon. Like my name's Nomadic Zig. It was a huge fire. Yeah, it was a big camp. Rabbit Hole burnt. Yeah, that's the one. That used to be Katamari. Now it's Rabbit Hole. It's had a few names. Rabbit Hole. I've also heard it called K-Hole. The K-Hole. I don't know how it burnt. So I wasn't there. I was here. I know as much about it as Facebook tells me, I guess. But you guys got me until I finish the smoke. You've had me for like 2 hours and 42 minutes already. I will be doing some more filming soon. Recently, I was looking through all the footage that I had filmed, and I had like a Britney moment. Instead of shaving my head, I just deleted all the shit that I had filmed. And so yeah, I gotta start filming again. I'll have a van tour coming out pretty soon. Was this due to a disagreement, or was it like a random fire? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I've just seen pictures. I'm really looking forward to my Slab visit. I've missed folks there. 3 years gone now. Yeah, COVID. I haven't seen you since around that time, huh? Need to adventure out and see cool places. If you guys ever watched my my video, my tragic journey home, last year I showed some beautiful spots on my drive to New Mexico. If you look at the Nomad's Nest tours, I drove around within a few hours of Nomad's Nest and showed you a lot of beautiful spots in southern Colorado. Yeah, totally. I'm down for adventuring. Zig, catch up and let's go to Padre Island. Dude, I couldn't afford the gas to get to Texas, all the way through Texas. Like, no way. I wouldn't even make it halfway there before I was out of money. Mount Shasta, yeah, I'll definitely be going through Mount Shasta. I'll be taking 395 up probably, and then cutting over through Tahoe. I need to go visit some friends near Sacramento and get my tattoo finished. I've got my hand tattoo. I'd like to get the other half of my hand done finally. And then head up north to Shasta, and then Weed, California. Take you guys through Cave Falls and my stomping grounds. Like maybe I'll show y'all where I grew up and the house I used to live in and the house, I'll show you my life from when I was a Babylonian. Shrimp tacos on the Gulf. Yeah, it sounds lovely. Need to visit my aunt in Oklahoma. Jesus, you remember I had an aunt in Oklahoma? Oh my God, Emily, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you for the donation. Meet up for the spring for BioGlow. Yeah, that's actually a total possibility, dude. The way you described that was really dope. I would like to see that. Puff pass a J for you. Thanks, Emily. We found out earlier in the live stream that the dispensaries were all closed. So I will hit up the dispensary tomorrow for sure. I keep hearing people mention Mount Shasta today. It's weird. Yeah, Shasta is a pretty cool spot, and a lot of nomads end up going there. I miss Cocoa Beach for beer, steamed oysters. Yeah, Emily, that was cool. Just out of nowhere. Appreciate that donation. Out here in the queue. Mount Shasta has energy and powers. I was waiting for someone to say that. I really was, because I hear that from so many people. And what I will say is, it is a beautiful, beautiful area. And I've heard a lot of people talk about the energy there and the powers there. I've heard a lot of people talk about the beauty there. I know a lot of travelers that end up in Shasta on their way north. So the Three Sisters, yeah, I would actually. That's my stomping grounds, Dustin. Those are my stomping grounds. There's a vortex at Shasta. Everyone does save that. I've never been. I've been to Shasta a few times. I mean, it's very pretty. The Three Sisters, though, that's my neck of the woods. That's where I grew up. The Cascade Range, in which Shasta is a part of the Cascade Range, but farther north of that is some of the most beautiful, beautiful woods and lakes and rivers and waterfalls, hot springs. It just goes on and on and on and forever. Just pine forest forever, right into the mountains. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's Three Sisters in Colorado. No, it's in Oregon, in Central Oregon. Yeah, it's still cold up there. I know. That's why I'm down here, dude. It stays cold up in the Cascades until like June, and then finally it's like it's above freezing at nighttime. But it is like I have looked. I've been all over the country, and I've looked, and I've never found anywhere that's quite like Oregon, like Central Oregon. Something with a similar name in Colorado. I'm sure that there's a few different, tri-pointed mountains out there that they call that. But out there in Central Oregon, there's Mount Bachelor, there's Broken Top, there's Three Finger Jack, there's North, Middle, and South Sisters, there's Mount Hood, Mount Hoodoo, Mount Jefferson. There's a ton of mountains out there. And tucked away in all these mountains are hundreds and hundreds of lakes, rivers, and so much it's pretty magical. Oregon has great mushrooms. That's all I know. Yes, that's true. A lot of mushroom hunters. We're just -36 for 2 days here in Canada. That sounds terrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to experience that. Yeah, the Nomad's Nest we will be going back to, but first I'm going north to Oregon and then around the country and coming back through that area. Yeah, Dustin, on the other side of 97, it's just high desert as far as you can go. It was 7 below zero in Redmond. Ugh. Ugh. Nope. You guys won't see me up in Central Oregon until it thaws out. I'm sorry. Jennifer, you must be on the east coast of Canada, I'm assuming, right? Mount Hood is gorgeous. Yeah, I like Mount Hood a lot. I like that whole area. In high school, Zig, we would save our money and put it all together to go to Oregon to my friend's summer house party and then pick mushrooms for gas money, come home. $40 a bushel. Yes, in Ontario. You guys are probably... I'm going to embarrass myself, but I don't know much about mushrooms. I don't like them. I don't like the way they taste. Graduated from Beaverton. That's dope. Yeah, I grew up in Bend. I want to save up and go visit Costa Rica. I wouldn't mind doing Baja next winter. If I would like to do Baja next winter. That's my plan, is to do Mexico. So hopefully we can make that happen. Yeah, I bet Beaverton's changed quite a bit. Yeah, psilocybin mushrooms are pretty good. I'll put up with the taste of those, even though I hate the taste of it. Alright, guys. You got me for 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, and I'm cutting it off. You guys had me 3 hours. That was a long live stream. I stay in the USA. I don't want to end up like that Britney chick. I've been around the world. I'm not worried about that. I'm now on the foot of the Superstition Mountains in Arizona. We are not that far away from each other, within a few hours right now. Well, there goes my baked pork chops with mushroom gravy. Take the mushrooms out. Sorry. My bad. I'll eat the shit out of your pork chops. I definitely I'm a carnivore for sure. I like meat. Giggity. I'll just go ahead and say it. Walked into that one. See, now everyone wants to come try your pork chops, mushroom gravy. I'm sorry, but I am a picky eater. I'm terrible. It's gonna be annoying. Yes, everyone's gonna come for dinner now. And fry bread. Take care, Ketone. Pork chops smothered in pineapple. Yeah, I was at the Slabs for your pork chops and your mushroom gravy, and I just pulled the mushrooms out of the gravy. It wasn't that big of a deal. I liked it. My roommate sometimes makes buffalo stew or venison chili. That's good. Why am I so bored? I'm not. I'm chatting with all of you guys, but I have been on here for 3 hours, and I gotta go back to my campsite soon. I'm as southern as it gets. Well, hot diggity dog, Cletus. Let me get my overalls on and go feed the horses. I graduated high school in North Carolina, so I get to actually mock them a little bit. I think I'm allowed. Get deer sausage, home fried potatoes, and 2 over easy farm fresh eggs. Well, hot diggity dog, that sounds like some good breakfast right there. I had coffee for breakfast. It is pretty good. Oh, I don't know if you guys have even seen this shirt yet, but here, let me unhook. So I've been sitting here in the parking lot, and a guy rolled up with a wrecked Cadillac semi-truck, just showed up and dropped it off. I just heard in North Carolina that bees make purple honey. No, I haven't had that before. Check out this shirt, though. I know it's backwards, but, you know, you guys can read that backwards, right? That's just what the camera does. I can't fix that. But this was presented to me by Spider's victim. They gave it to me, and it's like my favorite shirt forever. I love it. Oh, it's not backwards? Oh, it was on my end. I guess YouTube flips it for me. That's dope. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite shirt. Like, forever. I'll never get rid of it. There is a lot of sick people out there. And unfortunately, it seems like it's easy for people to just, I don't know. It shouldn't have to be convinced every time that somebody is this way when they're faced with straight facts. It shouldn't take convincing. Oh, good timing too, because my battery's at 15%. Yeah, I know we all have ideas on how we think we should deal with that problem, but I do know that I am sick of becoming disappointed in people. You know, I'm really sick of being disappointed by people, and it's I'm sick of people disappointing me. That's really where I'm at with it. Like, I know the world's dark. I know it's not safe. I know that these terrible things happen, but I just wish people wouldn't disappoint me. Yes, we do. We have a duty to protect the children, and that's, you know, goes without saying. I think it should go without saying. So yeah, my phone, it said 15%. I've been killing the battery chatting with all you guys, but I'm glad that I did. Glad I did a live stream. I will get back motivated to do some filming soon, I promise. But yeah, life has been kicking me a little bit lately, so I haven't just been that motivated to film, like, to be, like, there's dead honest with y'all. If you're in the AJ area of Arizona and you find your pup needs a bath and a nail clipping, just hit me up at What a Mess Grooming and I'll fix them up for you. Oh, that's so sweet. Where's AJ? AJ. Oh, you're going to have to tell me where that's at. I've been feeling the same way about people, and dating scene sucks. Bye, Crystal. Yeah, dating scene does suck. I quit the bar scene years ago. That's why I'm single now. Oh, yeah. Okay, Apache Junction. Zach did get her nails trimmed here. But I'm so bad about doing that because one time I did it and I cut it too short and she bled. And now every time I go to do it, she fights me, but she doesn't fight anyone else. She doesn't like fight, but, you know, she doesn't like it. It's a battle. So I have to take her in to do it now because it's just too stressful on both of us. Take care, 11 Bravo. Thanks, Jim. It's good to see you guys. Love y'all. A crystal nail file will help. Or just taking her in. She doesn't care if other people do it. It's just when I do it. It ends up being, it's just too stressful for us. So I take her in. If somebody else does it, she doesn't care. She's good. But when I do it, she's like, oh, no, don't. Hate you. You left me behind at the booth. Keep your powder dry. Thanks. Thank you. Yes, I know what that means. Bye, Elaine. Bye, Eldon. Bye, Liz. Bye, Dave. Bye, Jim. Bye, Crystal. Bye, Emily and Jennifer. Everyone. Imaginator. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, miles of smiles.